Tim Collins, we're coming today. I'm out with Steve Marshall. He's the sitting Attorney General for the state of Alabama, running for office. Steve, Tuesday's the day, huh?
It is, and it's exciting that it's around the corner. We worked very hard over the last year with the campaign, but really over the last 15 months since I've been Attorney General, establishing a record that shows that I'm a conservative, principled fighter for the people of Alabama, and have a record that I think that people can see that we've been able to stand up not only for those issues of public safety, which is really where I'm born, but also those issues that affect us outside the state of Alabama.
Gotcha. Well, I have a question. Big state, you're running statewide in this race. It's the Saturday before the Tuesday election. You could be in any place, Birmingham, Huntsville, big city. Why come to Cullman?
North Alabama's home. I've been the neighbor to the east for a while in Marshall County. Been the district attorney there for 16 years. Lots of friends over this way from not only the work that we've done on the criminal justice side, but also just being a part of this community as well. And so it's a chance to be with friends and people that I know and people that are familiar with me, and to be able to share a message on this closing weekend about what it is that not only we've done as Attorney General, but what we'll continue to do.
Makes sense. Well, one of your opponents, Mr. King, came to this breakfast 2 or 3 weeks ago, put on a pretty compelling speech. His focus seemed to be prosecuting criminals and putting them away in jail for a long time. I'd like to get your thought on the prosecutor side of Attorney Generalship, but there's more to it than that as well, so let's touch on both of them.
Yeah, there is. It's interesting that message is coming from a man who's never prosecuted a case in his life, where 41 of 42 attorneys, or district attorneys, when he was Attorney General, stood on the State House to oppose the efforts that Troy King were making on the public safety side. But the real prosecutors and those that are putting people in jail, those who are dealing with public safety issues day to day, are the Wilson Blaylocks and the Matt Gentrys of the world, who are really where the heroes are, and those are the ones that are doing the work. The Attorney General is there very much to be able to be an advocate for public safety, for law enforcement and victims, but yet they need to be able to, at least from my perspective, to be able to give them the tools to be able to do the work and do the job. We're there to supplement, and there to support, but any idea that somehow the Attorney General is going to be the one to lock them up and throw away the key is really misstated, and in fact, is inaccurate. One of the things that I've learned, and has very much been a passion for me, is not only what I get to do with public safety, but those fights that we get to engage in that affect Alabamians and what it is that we believe are appropriate for our values. That's why I've been endorsed by 27 Republican attorneys general across the country unanimously because of those fights. Why we've been endorsed by the Alabama Citizens for Life and the work that we've done to be able to fight for the unborn. And it's why I have an A rating with the NRA and why I've received their endorsement, because we've been dealing with Second Amendment issues around the country. And so when we can fight that fight for the city of Pensacola because they have a cross in a city park and we say that that's legal, or when we can stand up for a county commission in North Carolina that wants to be able to pray before a session and we believe that's right, those are fights we need to do. We initiated a lawsuit just a week and a half ago to be able to say that for purposes of congressional apportionment, that is the number of congressional members we'll have in states, that we don't need to count those who are in this country illegally, because if we do, Alabama's going to lose a representative, and I don't think that's right. And so we need to be able to fight those fights just like we have on DACA, just like we have in pushing back against Obamacare, for me to be able to stand up not only for the Constitution and the rule of law, but also those principles that matter to the people of Alabama. And so while we clearly, and where I'm born is from the world of law enforcement, we also need to remember that we have the opportunity to have principled fights outside of our borders in a way that protect Alabamians.
Gotcha. Well, you've had some time in the seat. You're an incumbent. There's a learning curve being an Attorney General. I think you've had enough time to do that. What do you look forward to, assuming you're reelected? I mean, what's the vision going forward?
I think it's continue to do exactly what we've done this far, and that's to be a balls and strikes guy, to be able to follow the facts and the law and the cases that are presented to us, to make decisions that aren't guided by politics, but instead guided by the rule of law. I think we've seen that, whether it be the fight that we have with the city of Birmingham about a monument that's been in Lynn Park for 140 years, and a mayor, as part of an election, decided to put a wall around it. We didn't think that's right, and we filed that lawsuit. Or even in the world of gambling. Gambling is illegal in Alabama, and we took on the gambling interest. Now, that's not a politically favorable fight. In fact, that's caused a great deal of money to be coming against me in this campaign. But yet, if I make decisions based upon what's in my political interest, then I'm not serving the people of Alabama. So we'll continue to make the decisions that are right based upon what the role of the Attorney General is, and that is to be the chief law enforcement officer in this state. And that means applying the rule of law to the issues that are presented to us and make sure that we stand up ethically for the people of Alabama.
Mr. Marshall, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to Cullman.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.